I guess to start off this video, let me say this. Life is shitty. You're probably looking at a black screen or a stock image because I don't know how to edit a video. Or hearing me on headphone mic, or hearing background noises because I don't have a good microphone yet. And you might never see my face. Maybe my anxiety is getting the better of me. Maybe. But all I know is that I have problems. Just like the next person, just like the person owning the shop, just like the lawyer, just like that mom down the street working 5 jobs because she's a single mom. I don't think there's such a thing as having no more problems, or having none, because honestly living life is having some type of problem, and that problem can be anything. Recently I had a pretty bad month, and through that bad month everyone kept saying it was okay. And honestly, that was a lot. Especially when I was in a bad moment in my life. How was it okay when I was guilty, when I felt sad, when I felt like a bad person? It wasn't okay. And honestly, everyone telling me that hurt me. Even the people I was the closest with. I couldn't deal with it because only one person ever told me to get help, or to come back, or to try to reach out. I'm a person who cares a lot. I'm a person who, if you ghost, and we were friends, and you were just having a bad time, I'm going to find some type of way to get back in contact with you, regardless, because I care about you. But honestly, I never really get that back. I don't have those type of close friends. I used to have none, and wouldn't be surprised if I had none again. I did have that with someone, but when you're going through a bad situation, even the person trying to help, you just can't really face them. I pushed a lot of people away, and in that I lost a lot of friends, and some people who were very important to me. One of my best friends and the person I was with. And so many more people who I loved talking to. I ran and tried to deal with the situation with myself, and honestly, with that being the case, I don't think anyone knows, at least everyone I've told, how much guilt I feel for basically breaking a person. Leaving all my problems on so many people, and honestly, I feel horrible. I didn't want to be left alone again. Who does when they have friends and family? But when you see you're breaking a person, you don't want to do that again. In my case, I just stayed quiet. I never talked about it. And ended up blocking my best friend and the person I was with. And honestly, I wish I blocked my best friend sooner. To just feel less fear and to have more of a chance to focus on the good. But even then, I don't think that would have saved anything. Not my relationship, not my well-being, nor my mental health. And I still had to worry if one of my close friends were even alive. Honestly, all that and the yelling and the saying it's okay, none of it was okay. And in so many moments I wanted someone to say, it won't be okay. That it won't be okay. And then for them to say, but it can be okay. I needed help, and still need help. Not even the person I was with could do that, because they just wanted me to be happy, even at their own expense. And honestly, with being with them, it was nice to be with somebody. But with them being so selfless and over it all, I decided to say something I knew they would do if I said it. I said, I thought you would break up with me. I knew they would. I was a lot of baggage. The person couldn't handle it. I knew they couldn't, because the only thing they could say was that it was okay. And honestly, in that sad realization, I knew eventually we would break up, which sucked even more because I had plans to do some things and was kinda making something for them, and I was gonna get them something special for the both of us. I then stopped working on the thing when we were officially over. That was hard for me, because I then had to give them a reason to finally leave me, and I regret that decision. I really do, dearly. And I said to myself, when I get better, I'll pursue them as I wanted to. But honestly, that probably will never happen because they're uncomfortable with me around now. So I'm just telling myself there's no hope in getting back together. While I'm also telling myself if life gives me a chance, I'll ask them out again when I'm in a better space and hoping they would say yes. And honestly, I don't think that there's coming back to that. And I don't think I'm going to ask them out now. Or ever. So now I'm focusing on myself. The thing I should have done before when I was in that bad situation. I now have my best friend blocked, as I said before, and the person I was with said we'd be good friends, but we can't talk, really. I'd love to be friends, and just friends, though, and one day they can be comfortable around me again. But I digress. Running away is a stupid choice. Trying not to be a burden to people is stupid because if they care about you, then you aren't a burden. And in running away, I lost people that cared about me. And honestly, I think they still do, but they need to get away from me, whether that be for a little while, or whether that be forever. And honestly, that hurts. But it's something I kinda asked for, when it all started with running away. I didn't want things to just be okay when it wasn't. And honestly, I can say that now I can be okay while being hurt. That things will be okay if I keep moving forward. I'm tired of people saying it's okay, that it's going to be okay, when no steps are taken, and when someone doesn't have anything to say. So I'm gonna do something and expect nothing from the people I tell my story to. Not sympathy, not empathy, not caring. If it's shown, then it'll mean the world to me. If it's hated, I just gotta keep walking. But what I do know now is that I can be okay if I stop running. Spiraling myself into more guilt, feeling like a burden. And to whoever's watching this, if this was sent to you, if it was in your recommendations somehow, even if it's years later, even if I'm not here anymore, this act will be. Let me tell you something. To whoever's listening, it's not always okay. And that's okay. But you need to be the first step of being okay, because you'll never be okay. Especially if you keep ignoring that you can make things better. And if you run from it, things will only get worse. I advise that you seek help, and that you start taking control of your life. Call a friend, call family, cry for a day, be depressed, allow yourself to feel bad because you're only human. And then get a therapist. Or someone you can trust to talk to that can give back advice. So one day you can live at least a bearable life and eventually find the things that make you happy. We all make mistakes, and maybe not all the mistakes we make are fixable. But we can make sure that those mistakes never happen again. And that starts with us.